Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, road crews were out across the state today as another round of snow moved through. And flu activity is increasing nationwide as we get ready to gather for the holidays.
And we're looking at a winter weather advisory for some folks across eastern Kentucky.
Dedicated to southern and eastern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Another round of snow is possible this weekend, but the bigger story might be the bitter cold temperatures. Meteorologist Megan Dusmall has the latest on this First Alert Weather Day.
That's exactly right, Steve. We're under that winter weather advisory. This is for tomorrow as we see a cold front moving through the region. Not only will this bring snow chances, but as we head into your Sunday, we're looking at dangerously cold temperatures, especially Sunday night going into your Monday morning. Now, in terms of what we're seeing on satellite and radar, it's painting a completely different picture. We're looking at plenty dry right now, and the dry trend will continue all the way overnight and into your Saturday morning before those snow chances pick up Saturday in the afternoon. Now, in terms of those temperatures, though, it is a pretty split difference here in eastern Kentucky. We're looking at low 30s for our northern counties, and as you're traveling south of the Hal Rogers, we're still seeing some low 40s, 41 right now in Williamsburg, 40 in Middlesboro, and 43 in Jacksboro. By the time we head overnight, we will see those temperatures dropping to the upper 20s and low 30s, and it's going to be a very cold start to your Saturday. Steve.
All right, Megan, thank you. The snow that fell last night into this morning did not cause major problems. Officials say most people heeded the advice to stay off the roads, but some still ran into trouble. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more from Mercer County.
Snow came down and covered nearly everything in Mercer County, but by Friday morning, officials say that it really was no longer a nuisance.
It's one of those snows that looks pretty on the ground, but fortunately we're still able to move around and do our business as usual.
But the snow did cause some trouble for about 8 to 10 drivers. Mercer County deputies say several slid off the road, mostly on Highway 127 and Bergen Road.
The thing about snow is it looks like it's all right, but you don't know if there's ice underneath it, but also your wheels get to spinning, you get to sliding, and after that it's too late.
And now with this weather event pretty much over, the focus now turns to this weekend when temperatures are expected to plummet, and that could cause some trouble for many other people. They say the best advice is to simply be prepared.
Leaving some water dripping at night, I know it adds to a little higher water bill, but it's probably better than that higher plumbing bill.
Also disconnect garden hoses and use caution when driving, especially given recent snowfalls.
And when we have icy roadways is when we have hazards. So controlling those hazards is a little harder than just pushing the snow out of the way.
First responders say given what has happened already this week, they say that it could be busy through the weekend. In Mercer County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Police say nobody was injured in the accidents they worked. The weather is not affecting the WYMT Food City Mountain Basketball Classic. All games are on schedule. In fact, they're already underway. However, the Kentucky High School Athletic Association has postponed the state cheer and dance championships. Officials say due to the weather we saw last night and will see this weekend, the safety of everyone participating is the top priority. The postponed event is now tentatively rescheduled for January 9th through the 11th at George Rogers Clark High School in Winchester. 2 people are dead after a crash in northeastern Kentucky. KSP says it happened in Lewis County around 3 p.m. yesterday. It was at the junction of State Highway 9 and 59. That's where KSP says Amber and Gary Cole of Moorhead were riding in their Jeep and crashed into Cody Reed after failing to yield to him. The crash killed the Coles. Reed was not hurt. Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf's condition continues to improve, according to his family and the West Virginia National Guard. Wolf was serving with the West Virginia National Guard when he was shot in an ambush-style attack in Washington, D.C. last month. Another soldier died. Wolf's mother says Andrew is sitting in a chair now and moving more of his right side. She says he is smiling and starting to shake his head. She says Andrew's recovery has been miraculous, saying God has given Andrew the strength he needs to heal. She says the next steps will be intense rehabilitation. A powerful gas line explosion severely damaged a neighborhood near San Francisco, California. Home security footage captured Thursday's blast, which destroyed one home and damaged several others. Pacific Gas and Electric says it was alerted that a third-party construction team damaged an underground gas line. The company sent a crew to fix it, but gas had already been released, and a few hours later, the explosion happened. 6 people were taken to the hospital. 3 are said to be in serious condition. Members of the House Oversight Committee released photos from Jeffrey Epstein's estate today. The images show several powerful people who were in some way linked to the late sex offender. They include President Donald Trump, former President Bill Clinton, Alan Dershowitz, Steve Bannon, Woody Allen, and Bill Gates. None of the photos show any potential sexual misconduct or appear to show any underage girls. Last month, amid bipartisan pressure, President Trump signed a bill to release the Department of Justice's full Epstein case files. Erika Kirk has forgiven the man accused of killing her husband Charlie, a right-wing political activist, but she says that does not mean the alleged shooter is free from justice. Erika, the CEO of Turning Point USA, spoke with CBS News in a town hall about the murder just days after the posthumous release of Charlie's last book, Stop in the Name of God, Why Honoring the Sabbath Will Transform Your Life. The discussion about rising political violence in America, the future of the right, and faith is moderated by CBS News editor-in-chief Bari Weiss.
Is there a difference, Erika, between forgiving someone in a religious and spiritual sense, but also wanting justice for them here on earth?
No, of course. But we serve a just God. And I rest easy in knowing that He's sovereign, but He's just. And so let the Lord handle that.
During the town hall, Kirk fields that and other questions from young evangelicals, prominent religious leaders, and figures from across the political spectrum. CBS News presents A Town Hall with Erika Kirk. Airs tomorrow night at 8, right here on WYMT. The CDC is reporting the first flu-related pediatric death of this flu season. Flu activity is increasing nationwide, with many cases being reported among children. As we gather for the holidays, experts expect cases to rise even more. Plus, a mutated strain of influenza A is dominating. CBS's Tom Hansen has the latest.
This Brooklyn, New York pharmacy has been busy as flu, COVID, and other respiratory viruses spread.
People get together and guess what? One person have it, everybody will.
Pharmacist Abdel Alayella says treatments behind and over the counter are flying off the shelves.
We've been filling maybe Tamiflu, a lot of antibiotics lately, especially from the urgent cares.
Influenza A, specifically a mutated strain of the H3N2 flu virus, is dominating.
Just because the flu vaccine is not a perfect match, it doesn't mean that there isn't still protection you can get.
The CDC recommends everyone 6 months and older who has not yet been vaccinated this season get their shot. But vaccination rates have been lagging in recent years, especially for children. A recent survey from Lurie Children's Hospital found 1 in 3 parents don't plan to get their child a flu shot this season.
We have seen declines of more than 10% in vaccination rates. This is an alarming concern because we're expecting a very active flu year, and also the fact that we're seeing an H3 strain. Any drop in overall vaccination rates across the population means many more cases. And we definitely saw that last year.
CDC data shows as of November 29th, 38.1% of children received the flu vaccine. That's lower than last season at this time. A record 280 children died from the flu last year, and the majority were not fully vaccinated. Tom Hansen, CBS News, New York.
About half of kids who died from the flu last year had underlying health conditions. Americans are expected to once again break spending records this holiday season, but the window to get those gifts delivered is closing fast. An estimated 2.3 billion packages will be shipped this holiday season, a 5% increase from last year. The listed deadline to ship ground with the U.S. Postal Service is December 17th. The 20th is the last day to send a 2-day package. The last day for 2-day shipping at UPS and FedEx is December 22nd. Both companies offer overnight service on December 23rd for Christmas Eve delivery, rather. Shipping deadlines with other popular online retailers like Amazon vary, so it's important to double check those dates too. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, do you want to cut down on your screen time? We'll test out a product that's supposed to help you with that.
And First Alert weather days continue until Monday. I'll have that timeline coming up.